What's up, tribe? How you guys are doing? So we have the Big Brother season 25, episode 5. So there was a delay, so I didn't get every single thing, but I'm gonna give y'all what I got. I mean, I have the most important information, right? So listen, we are at the head of household competition. They are in the scary verse, the nether world, whatever it is. I like this game. I thought this game was really cute because at first I thought this was gonna be when I saw all of them out there like that, I thought it was gonna be that walking through the house in the dark and stepping in slime and not knowing what you. I thought it was gonna be that game again. So I'm glad that it was different. So basically, they were in like a neighborhood, like looked like a Halloween neighbor. You know, everything was decorated and all the scary movie props or whatever. And they got clues as to where they could or could not hide from the Nether guy. Um, and basically with each round, um, there were less places to hide. Sort of like a big game of musical chairs, right? And people got eliminated. And the other thing I like is that it went fast. Like 3 or 4 people were getting eliminated at a time. And so, like I said, what I also love is that Miss Fee, which is what they call her, because I be messing her name up. She wasn't the first eliminated. I like the fact that the older people were not the first ones out. Okay, and I appreciated that. But eventually, it just came down to Heisem and Jared. Now, the final clue was that there were hidden messages written throughout the area, and you had to put the messages together to know which door to go to. There was a key. There were 2 different porches, and there was a key on each porch. And you had to pick the right door, the key. If you had the right key, it would take you directly to the HOH room. If you had the wrong key, you were stuck. Well, Jared had seen a message that said number 4 earlier in the game. And he assumed that that was the last part of the clue. He was like, I ain't about to run around and look for the rest of the sentence. I just figured that the last one was number 4. And so he went to the house that was the number 4. It wasn't necessarily a bad strategy in the moment, but in hindsight, it wasn't the best strategy because the clue said, do not choose door number 4. So he chose door number 4, which left Heisem, who was trying to find the clues, but then realized that Jared had already chosen a door, and he was like, well, shoot, Jared already chose a door. I just go choose the other door. Jared is over there celebrating, child. He is celebrating like he just won the WWF title. I mean, he doing poses. He is, baby, and he is stuck in the nether region while Heisem is now the HOH. The house is firmly divided. Like there are no blurred lines at this point. The only people playing double agent is Jared and Cyree, but that's because they have to. So they the only ones really playing double agent. Um, but everybody else is secure in their alliance as of today. Now the other thing I am noticing with this game, this is the most straightforward conversations of Big Brother I have ever seen this early. Heisem went directly to Riley last week and was like, so I heard you had my name in your mouth. Like, I mean, what's up? You putting me on the block? And she was like, yeah. I mean, I feel bad, but yeah. And I was like, that's what we doing? We just being that upfront this soon? So Heisem was like, well, basically Riley is definitely going to be my target. And it seems that his alliance is with it. You know, his alliance is cool with Riley being the target. Um, then her and Matt are getting close. So of course she assumes that her and Matt are going to be the next target, because they're kind of getting close, which isn't necessarily wrong. But then there's a trick in the game, y'all know it's Big Brother. So Jared comes back the next day, but he also comes back with a message. They send a message basically saying, for the rest of the week, somebody is going to be going to the nether region, and it could screw up people's game either for the good or for the bad. So now, but Jared gets to choose who goes to the nether region, but the person that he chooses will end up going to the nether region during nomination ceremony, which means they can't be nominated, which means they're safe. Now, here's where it gets interesting from my point of view. It really is a good thing because it helps that he doesn't have to do anything to, obviously help Cyrene because her side of the house won HOH. She's safe. So now it's just a matter of what is going to work best for his game now. Now, obviously, so the first person he talked to was Heisem. He was like, look, Heisem is the head of the household, and I'm not protected. So I don't want to do anything that's going to make him be mad at me, and then I end up on the block. That was a smart move, Jared. Very smart move. So Jared talks to Heisem, and Heisem was like, listen, you can choose anybody except Riley, Matt, Cameron. I said, ooh. So now Jared is like, well, okay, cool. So he then talked to Riley, which of course Riley threw in his face, look, I saved you off the block last week. I need you to save me. And again, Riley not wrong for pulling that card. She did pull him off the block last week. And I ain't gonna say he owes her, but he owes her. However, he really can't go against Heisem. Now, if he had immunity, then I would be like, okay, maybe. But he ain't got no immunity. So then he talks to Sari. Sari says, listen, you can't expose yourself. If he say don't choose them people, you can't choose them people. She said, you could choose Miss F or Miss Fee. Or why don't you just send Jag? Save Jag. And then that is still somebody from your alliance. You're not ruffling those feathers. And you're not pissing Heisem off. So ultimately, that's what Jared did. Jared ended up sending Jag, which I'm sure pissed Riley off because Riley was begging him. And actually, at one point, Riley was like, you got to save me. You got to do it. I saved you last week. You got to save me. But I don't think she meant it in like a mean way. She really was just scared. She knew she was next. She knew she was going on a block. So for the nomination ceremony, guess who gets nominated? Riley and Cameron. So it'll be interesting for the HOH to see what ends up happening and where we end up. With that being said, that's all I have. Talk to y'all later. Peace.